No. No repeat. Cross it out. Not.
Wait, can I drink water really quick? Is this the one where you yelled out, no repeat?
Yes. No repeats. Just straight down once and that's it.
Okay, what?
Too much America, these things. And with the impeachment going on, I don't want to start anything. They might like it. Should we play it? We didn't really press it though.
But it's just, we could just go really slow.
Okay. You good on America?
Yeah, we can do it. Okay. I feel like I have the most game.
Yeah. Alright.
Pick up in the second.
Yeah, pick up into the second.
House. Yeah.
3:43. Why can't I ask?
This due by near?
This due by near. I really want to do shift instead.
Maybe tomorrow, if we have time to run it through before.
What are we doing? Air? Canzona?
This due by near?
This due by near. Okay.
How fast is this? Yeah, give me a second.
I love a good this due by near. I'm naming my child by near.
Okay, I'm excited.
By near Thomas. Actually, his first name is Bisdu. His middle name is by near. Bisdu. Okay.
Brian, do you play the game?
Yeah, start the beginning. So. It's nice and slow. Good one. Right? I like this one.
Wait. Is that the quarter?
That's a half. It's a half. Yeah. Yeah. can do Jesu, Delight of My Soul. That's a nice long one. What?
Oh, that's it. Just have to get the runs right. And I don't have
Hey, shoot it.
what time is it now?
It is 3:49.
Oh,
Cool. Are you ready?
okay.
Carson, you have the downbeat, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Did anyone hear me say G? Yeah, I did. Okay. And that helped me. I was with you, I think. So.
It gets weird in the middle there, and I'm like...
Play one again.
do...
Yeah. I think that's it.
Maybe make a little ear fold on les resistance the post.
Oh yeah, we got that. Are we sitting here?
Gotta sit through her all. If we were Moby, we'd just leave. But we sort of are. Well, I guess we could leave.
Well, Reggie songs. So it's like when we do the recession.
I was just saying, you know how
We do the
Moby
alma
usually
mater and
leave?
then we almost
Yeah.
For this one, we have to stay.
You do.
Yeah, because it's so. Well, you just usually do. We've always just stayed.
Oh, when you do.
Yeah.
We leave.
Well, because like it's awkward.
It is really awkward.
I mean, we could as long as we all send it.
We could if we all just like left together. We could.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a movie
I mean, we could just like marching band style go that way.
The store, it says exit. It leads to
You know, it definitely is a hallway that goes out that way.
I don't care.
Should we play a little, maybe something?
Sure.
Yeah.
Something back to.
Something new and exciting. Oh, what about Rondo?
Did we practice that?
Um,
I thought it's like don't do somewhere.
yeah, I thought we practiced it. It was the
Can we do Earl Oxford March?
what?
Oh, I don't want to.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum,
Wait, where is it?
You like that one?
It's in the beginning.
Let's say that's yeah, Rondo.
As long as we don't take it too fast. Because I'm going to be sorry.
Oh, really? Okay.
It'll be fine.
I feel like the faster the better for the trumpets, but
It's fine. I'll be fine.
okay. So we're gonna go. Okay. I had to pick up some. That was all my fault, and I'm so sorry.
Did you mess up?
Well, yeah. I just like cannot find out where we are because the trumpet's up. But yeah, D was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kept going and I was like,
Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Yeah.
I looked at you and I was like, this is weird.
I said, "Where's D?"
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
we could do the Renaissance dances again. Or
we
La
could
Volta.
do La Volta again. Could do
How much time do we have?
kind of whatever. I mean, we have 3 minutes. Maybe you just wait.
Maybe just play one of them without the repeats.
Yeah, let's do the Renaissance dance one, no repeats.
No repeats. Or hesitations. I'll go first. You go second. Never mind. Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
We can swing it.
Jada. Jada. Okay.
No repeats.
No repeats. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I think they're getting ready. Because they kind of open the doors.
Wait, and it goes North America, then
Yeah, province and
that's for Bahamas or Dominican. They're
Yeah.
opening the doors.
Yeah, just whatever you do, don't stop. We're just repeating until they stop. Yep.
And then you'll, and then
I'll give us a good. Yeah.
it looks pretty small.
Yeah. This will be all the girls in.
I definitely should have talked about this. Is it okay if we take our just a bit faster?
I cannot hear you.
But North America faster.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
And don't forget about the pickups, like the intros to everything. Dun, 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 bum, ba, dun.
I think she wants to start.
And then here's on the national.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2.
You may be seated. Well, good afternoon, everybody. All right, let's try that again. Good afternoon, everybody. What a great day for commencement, isn't it? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited to have you here at the College of Agricultural Sciences 2019 commencement. My name is James Pritchett. I'm serving as the interim dean for the College of Agricultural Sciences. And, well, I just couldn't be prouder of the graduates that we have before us and the opportunity to be able to celebrate with you today. What a terrific, terrific chance for us to be together. You know, it's a common thread that brings us together, a thread of common values, core values that we all share. And when you think about agriculture, and maybe you take a look out that window toward the foothills and see the A on the foothills, you think about all the things that draw us together, have drawn us together since, well, gosh, it's been 150 years that Colorado State University was founded, 150 years ago, where we thought about the hard work and the dedication and the stewardship that really brings us together. We think of ourselves as stewards, nurturers of agriculture, stewardships of dreams, stewardship of great ideas, stewardship of the land for the living things that surround us all. I think it's important to acknowledge that piece and that piece of the land-grant mission that is really about service and how we service and how we steward the state of Colorado. It's become our tradition, too, here at Colorado State University to recognize the original stewards of this place where we built our land-grant university. So with that in mind, what I'd like to do is just take a moment and acknowledge that, the first individuals who were the stewards of this land. Colorado State University recognizes with respect the land that we are on today was the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, and the Ute nations and peoples. This was a site of trade, a convening spot where they came together. And it was a place of gathering and healing for numerous other native tribes, in addition to those that I mentioned. We recognize that those indigenous peoples were the original stewards of this land. And as these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties the nations have to their traditional homelands, well, they're renewed and they're affirmed. CSU was founded as a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion. And significantly, it was the founding of this university, that ideal, that did come at a dire cost to these native peoples, those peoples that were stewards of the land on which our university was built. So it's with this acknowledgement and education and inclusion that we practice in recognizing our institutional history, our responsibility, and our commitment. You know, we're part of a great democracy, a great country here in the United States, and that's why it's also important for us, too, to take a moment and recognize that. So would you please rise at this time for the presentation of our colors by the Colorado State University Air Force Pershing Rifles Wing Walker Honor Guard with Mr. Eric Paricio singing God Bless America and our national anthem.
I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Mr. Parizio, thank you for leading us once again. Graduates, hey, this is your day. It feels like, what, just a little woo? There we go. Hey, it's an exciting day for you, and one full of anticipation. We'll get to the part where we confer your degree before too long. But let's spend a little bit of time acknowledging folks that helped you along the way, the important parts of the university that helped you to gain where you are in terms of the degree that you're about to receive. We do that by representing it with the platform committee that's joined us here. So what I'd like to do now is introduce to you those platform participants and a little bit about what each of the units are that they represent at our university. I'm going to ask the platform folks to stand and remain standing until we've introduced everybody. And let's hold our applause until everybody has been named as part of this. So, Dr. Jerry Black, Professor, Department of Animal Sciences. Dr. Jan Leach, Associate Dean of Research and University Distinguished Professor. Dr. Gene Kelly, the Associate Dean of Extension and Deputy Director of the Agricultural Experiment Station. Dr. Jessica Davis, Head, Department of Horticulture and Landscape Architecture. Dr. Keith Belk, Head, Department of Animal Sciences. Dr. Haley Chenard, Head, Department of Agricultural and Resource Economics. Dr. Matt Wallenstein, Head, Department of Soil and Crop Sciences. Dr. Amy Charkowski, Head, Department of Agricultural Biology. Ms. Addie Elliott, the Assistant Dean of Academic Advising and Student Success. Mrs. Lynn Johnson, Vice President for University Operations. Dr. Dan Bush, Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs. Dr. Rick Miranda, Provost and Executive Vice President, Colorado State University. Ms. Cathay Reynolds, our commencement speaker and Special Assistant to the Chancellor for Rural Urban Initiatives at Colorado State University. Ms. Jane Rob Rhodes, from the Board of Governors, Colorado State University System. Mr. Joe Parker, Director of Athletics. And Mr. Matt Camper, the Assistant Dean of Teaching Practice and Academic Programs. I also want to introduce our announcer, Elias Quinones, who will announce our names today, and our interpreters for the hearing impaired, Gray Michaels and Roger Thompson. Please join me in welcoming these individuals. You may be seated. Well, parents, relatives, and friends of the graduating class, like you, we're proud of the graduates that are here today. All of our students display the discipline, the strong work ethic, those core values I mentioned before of the great state of Colorado. Graduates, let's just take a little check-in right now. What are those emotions that you're feeling right now? There's a little bit of anticipation, isn't there? Hey, let's get this. Maybe it's a little bit of, hey, let's get this thing over so we can go out and celebrate, right? There's a little bit of anticipation about hey, the next step. Boy, you're excited about that. And maybe you're a little nervous about that too, what that next step is going to look like. And I'll bet that as we look out at the faces that came with you today, that you're feeling a sense of gratitude as well, aren't you? Gratitude for the folks that stood beside you, gratitude for the folks that invested you, gratitude for those who helped you along that way. I just want to take a moment and recognize folks that deserve that part of gratitude, give you an opportunity to be able to recognize them. This is our faculty members. Faculty members, would you please rise for a moment? This is an outstanding group of scholars, the heart and the soul of Colorado State University. They're the individuals who maybe they mentored you somewhere along the way. They talked with you as you sorted out different ideas. Maybe they challenged you a little bit and pushed you forward. These are folks that have helped you along to your next destination, the paths that you're on. Would you please join me in thanking the faculty for the investment that they've made in you? Faculty, thank you. You may be seated. The fact that our college is highly respected, that your degree is highly respected, is really a source of the knowledge that they have brought to us. So we thank them and honor them with what they've done. Well, commencement can be a real whirlwind of activity, and you think a little bit about, your mission, about where you're going to go and what you're going to do. And we like to bring forward someone who can help you to set that context, set that perspective, and also give you a charge for what comes next. It's my pleasure to be able to introduce our commencement speaker today. You know, I have a list of accomplishments here, Cathay Reynolds, that are associated with you and the great things that you've done. Yeah. But let me just acknowledge an accomplishment first that I just found out about a little while ago. This is Cathay Reynolds' 45th wedding anniversary today. Congratulations, Cathay. Cathay serves currently at the Colorado State University as a special assistant to the chancellor, and you're really focused on rural and urban initiatives. I've had a chance to work with Cathay and know people who've spent time with her. She served as, well, a ranch owner, and we just talked a little bit about 20-foot drifts that came with this last storm, and what it was like to get out there and feed those cows and those calves, and that dedication that she feels toward that. You know, dedication comes with everything that Cathay does for us at Colorado State University. Whether that is championing an initiative that connects us more to our rural areas and helps us to learn. Maybe that's about mentorship. In Cathay, many times I've seen you pull somebody aside and create an opportunity for them and to help them along the way. It's that authentic space, that authentic piece that's an important core value for us that we really respect in you. And so today, boy, it's only fitting that you get the chance to be able to speak to our graduates and our graduating class and the folks that are their family and supporters and share with them a bit of your wisdom and knowledge. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Cathay Reynolds to the podium. Cathay, thank you.
So this has to come down. So first of all, I want to make a small correction to what James said. Any day is a good day to graduate, right? So thank you, Dean Pritchett, Governor Rob Rhodes, Provost Miranda, university leadership, representatives, and distinguished members of the college faculty and administration. But most of all, thank you to you and your family for giving us a reason to come together. I want to thank James Pritchett for offering me the opportunity to speak here. He didn't tell me whether I was to be motivational or inspirational. He did say, remember, you are between those young people and their diploma. So I got it. Seeing you here tells me you're motivated. You've come through a lot of work to get here. You've come through a lot of experiences. You and your families have come together to get you here today. But when you talk about the inspiration part, that's me. You inspire me. This has inspired me regarding all of the inspiration I could think of. I would be one of those in your classes that they would refer to as a silver tsunami agriculturalist. After 45 years, that happens. Or the boomer generation, Have any of you ever looked at your parents or grandparents and said, okay, boomer, thanks for your advice. You can sit down now. Yeah. I've just started to get that, but the other one I like the other day, I was called the fourth quarter captain, and I'm going to keep that one. That sounds a lot better. The fourth quarter captain of an industry that's really a passion to me. Whatever it is, from my generation to you, my pleasure of being here today is to say thank you. Thank you for choosing a field that I have been in for many generations. I grew up in a ranch, a cattle and horse ranch in Franktown, Colorado. Not sure how many know where that is. Okay, there we go. There's got to be more than 3, right? Okay. The first innovation I remember, we used to feed our cattle with a sled and a team of horses named Babe and Bonnie. But we bought a 4-wheel drive Dodge truck. And we thought our team feeding days were over. Little did we know we still had to use the team to pull the 4-wheel drive truck out because we thought it exceeded the expectations it truly had. The innovations from that went from having the ability to raise a Hereford bull that I got to show at the National Western that wasn't a lot bigger than me, to limousines whose legs were bigger than me. From rotational grazing and vaccines, the innovations in the livestock industry are now incredible. To be able to track my livestock and to know the whereabouts, the health of that livestock and what it's eating and its health on my smartphone is amazing. The industry has experienced a massive technological breakthrough in automation, AI, CRISPR technology, gene editing. These innovations are happening at such a rapid pace. I have a grandson in eastern Colorado who is the 6th generation on the land, and he has 2 sons who are the 7th generation. There is no way he can even imagine what his 2 sons will have as they grow up. But to me, one of the reasons this is most exciting is that I see this industry is not the recognition that agriculture is here just to feed the world. It's a big job. It's here to feed and heal the world. Not just in the area of animal and human health, but when the focus of the welfare of the human species creates a commonality that does not focus on differences, but focuses on the outcomes, good things happen. During any significant event, people come together to solve problems. I think part of my responsibility in the last 20 years, less and less people have come directly from the farm. That has created a divide of understanding that only in the last decade has begun to diminish. It is diminishing because of you all, because you are looking at the opportunities and the broad areas that you'll be able to work in without considering the diversity that sits there. You will work in a broader, diverse set of sciences and cultures and opportunities than could ever be imagined. You will invent things and use things that haven't been visioned. There are a few areas of my life that I think are crucial to have highly passionate and really skilled people. One is an airline pilot. You don't want anybody who's just reading the book. And a surgeon. And then the people who will impact the very existence of this world, and those are you. You will impact the very existence of this world. I know your education here at Carter State University and the experiences you've had will serve you well. There's a proverb that says, treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents. It was loaned to you by your children. So from my generation to your generation, I say thank you. Your impact will be profound. So go Rams and make a difference.
Thank you so much, Ms. Reynolds. We appreciate you joining us today and sharing your perspective. Good afternoon. I'm Addie Elliott, Assistant Dean of Academic Advising and Student Success. It is so wonderful to be here with you today and to celebrate your graduation. I offer my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you. Undergraduates, many of you I met 4 years ago, and you sure have changed over the years. It's wonderful to see. Your curiosity in the classroom, your inspiration across campus, your passion that is undeniably evident everywhere I see you, and your creativity have surely left your mark on the College of Agricultural Sciences and CSU. Colorado State University recognizes outstanding scholarship by granting baccalaureate degree cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude to those students in each college who have achieved the highest academic excellence in their undergraduate programs. These students may collectively be recognized by their gold gowns. The College of Agricultural Sciences designates the distinction of summa cum laude to the graduates maintaining a cumulative 3.98 GPA during their undergraduate program of study. These students are also wearing a gold cord today. The college designates magna cum laude to those students who maintain a cumulative GPA of 3.85, and cum laude to those graduates who maintain a cumulative 3.78 GPA in their program of study. First, I invite our candidates for cum laude to please stand and be recognized as I read your names. We ask that you hold your applause until we've acknowledged each one of the group of candidates. Shelby Lynn Marie Inc., with a major in Animal Sciences. Samantha Lorraine Leach, with a major in Equine Science. Colin Tinker, with a major in Environmental Horticulture. Please join me in offering a warm congratulations to our cum laude candidates. Thank you. You may be seated. Now I invite our candidates for magna cum laude to please stand and be recognized. Christopher Keith Brutton, with a major in horticulture. Diane Hansen, with majors in animal science and agricultural education. Blake Jackson, with a major in agricultural business. Colby Keisha May, with a major in animal science. Cheryl Kim Orr, with majors in soil and crop sciences and environmental horticulture. And Brandon Cole Schenk, with the majors in soil and crop science and agricultural business. Please join me in congratulating our magna cum laude candidates. Thank you. You may be seated. Lastly, I invite our summa cum laude candidates to please be stand and recognized. Haley Nadine Davis, with a major in equine science. Please join me in congratulating Haley. CSU was founded 150 years ago as part of a land-grant system to educate the citizens of Colorado and the world. The undergraduates in this room come from 19 different states and 11 different countries. These students before us represent some of the most talented and committed students in the state. I would like to take a moment to recognize another special group amongst our community, the first-generation students, faculty, and staff. To be among the first of your generation and your family to attend college is an achievement unto itself. And now you are seeing the culmination of your hard work and sacrifice as you graduate, students. If you wish, I invite all first-generation graduates, faculty, and staff to please stand and be recognized as we applaud your success. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. I'm pleased to recognize those students who have earned the distinction of University Honors Scholars. To become a University Honors Scholar, a student completes an integrated program of studies, which includes 7 honors seminars, an honors course within their major of study, and a senior honors thesis, while achieving at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA. These students may be recognized today by the green gowns and black stoles they are wearing. When I announce your name, will the students who are graduating as candidates for University Honors Scholars please rise and remain standing as we recognize you? Haley Nadine Davis with a major in equine science. Shelby Lynn Marie Inc. with a major in animal science. Blake Jackson with a major in agricultural business. Samantha Lorraine Leach with a major in equine science. Jasmine Stanton with a major in animal science. Please join me in congratulating these honors scholars. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to welcome back to the podium the Interim Dean of the College of Agricultural Sciences, James Pritchett.
Eddie, thank you. Well, you can see that theme, that narrative, that thread that's coming through with us today. There's a thread around gratitude and saying thanks. One thing I'd like to do is on behalf of the Colorado State University community, I would like to recognize and thank a particular special group within our audience. Could I please ask those in the audience that are currently serving in the U.S. Armed Forces, all of our student veterans and all of the veterans in the audience, could you please stand up and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you for our service to this community, to our state, and to our country. I think a lot about gratitude this time of year, thinking about the pathways that we've gone and the challenges that we've met and the opportunities that have been there. And I think about, with gratitude, the great leadership we have at Colorado State University. Often there are individuals who, quietly, with a calm demeanor, but with steadfast eyesight, clear eyes, looking on the horizon, thinking about our mission, lead us. And so we ask those leaders to confer the degree upon our graduates. So we're at that stage in our program when we confer those degrees. But I thought I'd take a moment, too, to say thank you to a very special leader we have at Colorado State University. And that would be our Executive Vice President and our Provost, Rick Miranda. Rick, would you please join us at the podium? Before I present the candidates, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to Provost Miranda for everything that you do for us. I don't know if the community realizes how in the last 10 years you have done steadfast leadership, have charted us through some difficult waters related to financial difficulties, helped us through upheavals that happen in our community, and have always honored the land grant mission and have led us along that way. So thank you. Thank you for that. I also want this crowd to know, I've done this publicly before, and I may no longer be the interim dean after I do this. But I want you to know that Provost Miranda is a true Renaissance person. And part of the reason why I say this is not his copious knowledge of mathematics, because he's a trained mathematician, not the great lover of art and the great lover of music that he is. He's a terrific singer and has led choruses and choirs. But I want you to know that he holds a distinction, one of only two groups that have both thrown out the first pitch at a Major League Baseball game and sung the national anthem. Now, the important thing to know about this is that Metallica is the only other entity that's done that. Rick, thank you. So, Provost Miranda, I present to you the candidates from the College of Agricultural Sciences for their baccalaureate degree. These candidates and their fellows in absentia have fulfilled the requirements for the degree, Bachelor of Science, at Colorado State University. Candidates, would you please rise?
Well, thank you, James. When when you refer to my vision and eyesight, I'm not so sure that's improving as the years go by. I wasn't wearing these glasses when I started this position 11 years ago. But let me congratulate the graduates today from the Office of the Provost and from the Division of Academic Affairs in general. Academics is why you're here at the university. It's the lifeblood of the university. It's why you came here. It's what you're going to take from here forward in large measure for when you go out and do whatever you're going to do next. And we know that whatever that next thing is, it's going to involve great things, and we're so proud to have you graduate today. So, graduates, listen up, this is it. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon each of you the Bachelor of Science degree, together with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. That was it. Congratulations, class. Thanks, James.
We will now award diplomas to the graduating class. The department marshals will lead the graduates to the stage, and the department heads will present the diplomas. Elias G. Quinones will announce the graduates' names. A list of our candidates may be found in your commencement program for those of you who have joined today. Graduates, parents, and friends, commencement ceremonies are honored and distinguished occasions, as well as a time for big celebration. Please feel free to express your pride and happiness as your candidate receives their degree and crosses the stage. Will the department marshals please direct the graduates to the podium?
The Department of Horticulture and Landscape Architecture. Christopher Keith Bruton. Colin Kemper Tinker. Megan Ann English. Victor Anthony Calderon, Bachelor of Science, Horticulture and Business Management. Colin Tyler Crenning, Bachelor of Science, Horticulture and Business Management. Forrest Paul Toyen, Bachelor of Science, Horticulture Therapy. Jenna J. Berg, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Horticulture, Landscape and Business. April Fair Frizzoco, Horticulture and Floriculture, Environmental Horticulture, Landscape Design minor. Gavin R. Greenwald, Horticulture, Floriculture. Cole Stephen McCullough, Bachelor of Science, Horticulture, Floriculture. Kyler Lynn Dale, Horticulture, Food and Crops. Janae Nicole Kingswater, Horticulture and food crops. Mateas Rodrigo Reynosa Vargas, Bachelor's of Science, Horticulture, food crops. Maysam Hamed Al Razbi, Bachelor's of Science, Landscape Architecture. Armando Grayson Correa, Bachelor's of Science, Horticulture, Business Management. Mariana Gira Figueroa, Horticulture of Business Management. Lauren Ross, Bachelor's of Science, Environmental Horticulture, Landscape Business. Lael Helen Mathis, Horticulture, Floriculture. Joseph L. Brookhart, Bachelor of Science, Horticulture, Business Management. Benjamin Eric Bard, Bachelor of Science, Horticulture, Business Management. Burton Wadsworth Thomas IV, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Horticulture, Nursery, and Landscape Management. Next, Department of Agriculture and Resource Economics. Isabel Ann Para, Agricultural Education and Agricultural Literacy, Certification in Meat Science. Andrew Dane Lodwig, Bachelor's of Science, Agricultural Educational, Agricultural Literacy, minor in Agriculture and Natural Resource Economics, minor in Global Environmental Sustainability. Jessie Marie Gahn, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Business. Sabrina Marie Bosses, Agricultural Business. Katie Lynn Goodell, Masters of Arts, Extension Education. Ashley Parker, Agriculture Education, Teaching Development. Thomas C. Garland, Agricultural Business. Peyton Toki Hirikata, Agricultural Business, minor in Food Industry and Management. Blake Jackson, major Agricultural Business, concentration in Ag Economics. Tabor Renee Kalsovic, Bachelor's of Science, Agricultural Business. Felix David Yepa, Environmental and Natural Resource Economics, minor in Global and Environmental Sustainability. Shoshone Kendall Pointer, Bachelor of Science, Environmental and Natural Resource Economics. Connor Marshall, Agricultural Business, concentration in Ag Economics. R. Remington Ellis, Bachelor of Science, Agriculture Business, minor in Real Estate. Mason Donald Druard, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Business. Cody Martin Gabriel, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Business, Animal Science. Casey Alexander Dochev, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Business. Yu Chen, Agricultural Business. Kevin Patrick McGough, sorry about that. Environmental and Natural Resource Economics. Justin Morgan Prendergast, Environmental and Natural Resource Economics, minor in Economics. Lee Chen, Bachelor of Science, Environmental and Natural Resource Economics. Tyler Stromberg. Department of Soil and Crop Sciences. Cheryl Kim War, Soil and Crops, Environmental Horticulture. Brandon Cole Shank, Soil and Crop Sciences, Agricultural Business, and dual major. Oops. Christina Renee Wilson, Soil and Crop Sciences. Madison Lene Malone, Soil and Crop Sciences. Mallory Ann Wildman, Bachelor's of Science, Soil and Crop Science, Plant Biotechnology, Genetics, and Breeding. Tyler Riedel, Bachelor's of Science, Soil and Crop Sciences, Plants, Biotechnology, Genetics, and Breeding. Chance John Guardamondo, Bachelor's of Science, Soil and Crop Sciences. Connor Rex Brown, Bachelor's of Science, Agricultural Business, Soil and Crop Sciences, concentration in Plant and Biotech Breeding. Noah S. Muma, Bachelor's of Science, Soil and Crop Sciences. Jeremy John Thompson, Bachelor's of Science, Soil and Crop Sciences, Plant Biotechnology, Genetics, and Breeding. Adrian Acock, Soil and Crop, minors in Horticulture, concentration in Plant Biotech, Breeding, and Genetics. Riley Zeller, Soil and Crop Science, Fermentation Science, and Food Safety, concentration in Production and Ag.
Department of Animal Sciences. Diane Hansen, Animal Science and Agriculture Education, minor in Agricultural Resources and Economics, concentration in Agricultural Literacy. Francesca Alyssa Siri, minor in Biomedical Sciences. Colby Keisha May, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Shelby Lynn Marie Inc., Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science, minor in Ag Business. Haley Nadine Davis, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science. Samantha Lorraine Leach, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration. Millie Rose Delaney, Bachelor's of Science in Animal Science. Michaela K. McFadden, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Rachel Ann Finland, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Chloe Marie Carlson, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Morgan Tanghao Curry, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Maximiliano Arjona, Equine Sciences. David Manuel Sainz, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Cade Thorin, Animal Science. Jordan Clayton Nelson, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science, and Agricultural Business. Keulani Danielle Miranda, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science, and Agricultural Business. Blaine Robert Larson, Animal Science, minor in Microbiology and Agricultural Economics. Chad Russell, Animal Science and Mathematics, certificate in Beef Production Systems and concentration in General Mathematics. Stephanie Lynn Steiner, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, Bachelor's of Science in Agricultural Business. Sydney Elizabeth Lowe, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration, minor in Media Studies and Communication. Tessa Marie McIntosh, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science, Business Administration minor. Carissa S. Smith, Bachelor's of Science in Animal Science. Travis Lee Walsh, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Jessica Lynn Faber, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science. Lily Ann Keogh, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science, minor in Biomedical Sciences. Elaine Nicole Calaba, Bachelor's of Science, Animal Science, minor in Natural Resource Economics, Meat Science Certificate. Megan Lee Robeson, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, and minor in Business. Macy Marie Lazalier, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Agricultural Business. Lucia Michelle Rupert, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, a double major in Natural Resource Tourism, minor in Business Administration. Liv Shea Tilley, Equine Science and Psychology, concentration in Clinical and Counseling Psychology. Kara Ann Maulmeister, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science. JC Nicole Layton, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration. Brenna Margaret Witzel, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, Business Administration minor. Hannah Noel Davis, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, Business Administration minor. Chloe Anita Mercadante, Bachelor of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration. Victoria Ray Collins, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration. Brittany Jo Hensley, Bachelor's of Science in Equine Science. Erica Gray Franson, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration, certificate in Spanish for Animal Health Care. Gabriella Nicole Decker, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Real Estate. Cassandra Marie Nichols, Bachelor's of Science, Equine Science, minor in Business Administration.
You know, for a group of individuals that just walked across the stage and received diplomas, it's awfully quiet in here. I heard cowbells over there that need to get back going. I heard a lot of cheering over here, so let's bring it up for these graduates right now. Well, good afternoon, everyone. That was awesome. You know, at the start of today, folks told me, they said, Matt, You need to just bring down the coffee a little bit because I get really excited on these days, so I quit about 20 minutes before we went in. Lots of coffee, lots of excitement, and I'm really glad that you all are excited too. Y'all, my name is Matt Camper. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I serve as the Assistant Dean of Teaching Practice and Academic Programs. Not too long ago, all right, I better qualify that, 18 years ago, I sat where you sat and walked across this same stage. So I want to be the first to congratulate you as graduates with your diplomas in hand. So I'm going to give you a hand. So it is a real honor for me to introduce our student speaker, Diane Hansen, for her reflection. Diane is from Pueblo, Colorado, and is graduating with a degree in animal science and agricultural education with a concentration in agricultural literacy and a minor in agricultural business. Diane has a passion for animal agriculture and hopes to work in scientific communications and producer education for the cattle industry. During her time at CSU, she was part of the 2018 livestock judging team and served in leadership roles in a variety of organizations, including our agricultural ambassadors and our Ag Council. She continuously works to promote and improve the conversation around agriculture, whether she's building relationships with prospective new students, working with industry professionals, or simply having hallway conversations with fellow students. This time, I would ask that you please join me in welcoming Diane Hansen to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Camper. I'm honored and honestly a little terrified to have the opportunity of speaking to you all today. When I was asked to give this speech, I did what any good college student would do, and I Googled how to give a college graduation speech. Not surprisingly, the search resulted in topics full of cliches like, the world is your oyster, and embrace the change. The longer I scrolled through the page, though, I began to realize that these cliches and the sentiment behind them kept popping up for a reason. No matter how you put it, today is a milestone for all of us. Today marks the end of one amazing chapter, and I felt that for just a few minutes, it might actually be reasonable to use 3 of these college cliches to reflect on our time here at CSU. First, time flies. I don't think I have to tell any of you how weird it feels to think that today is actually graduation day and that our 4 years of college has come and gone. If you're anything like me, this last semester of school has been pretty packed full of thinking about the future, thinking about, planning out, and explaining our next steps. It's fun and exciting to think about where our journeys might take us, but sometimes I think we get so caught up in figuring out what we're going to do next that we don't take the time to appreciate what we have done. In this moment, I hope we can slow down and stop thinking about what is to come long enough to appreciate the little bits about our college careers that we often overlook. College is not an easy task to take on, and the fact that you are all sitting here right now means that we've all accomplished great things. One of my biggest challenges is that I often don't take the time to slow down and appreciate the people around me. I venture to say that most of you would not be here today if it weren't for the help and support of some great friends and family. In honor of living in the moment, I think it's only appropriate to take a minute and give a round of applause to the people in the audience that are our support systems. Speaking of support brings me to my next cliche. We will always be part of the Ramley. They always say that when you find a university that you should go to, you'll just know. That piece of advice never really made sense to me until I was visiting CSU's campus as a transfer student my sophomore year of college. I still remember my tour guide stopping us on our way to the rec center at the edge of the IM fields and having us look out into the mountains. I looked out and saw the A, and I'm not sure what it was, but I just knew I was making the right choice. 4.5 years later, I still get that feeling of being part of the Ramley when I walk by the IM fields. Even better than that, though, we are all part of the College of Agricultural Sciences, and for me, it feels like it's become my home. I can honestly say that I never really expected that from college. Sure, I expected that I would make some great friends and get to know some professors well, but to genuinely feel like this place was my home, that was just an added bonus. We really got the best of both worlds being in the College of Ag. We got the excitement of the big university football games, the fun and exciting events on the plaza, and maybe even involvement on an IM team or two. But we were also part of a smaller college where we were more than just a student. The College of Agricultural Sciences and the respective departments within it are places where people understand who you are, what you're doing, and whether or not it's safe to talk to you at 8 in the morning before you've had your coffee. I'm thankful for the professors that made me realize I had interests in areas of agriculture that I never knew existed, for the advisors that somehow knew what I needed to do even when I had no clue what I was doing, and for the friends that stayed up with me to the wee hours of the morning studying, even if they were the reason I procrastinated in the first place. And even though we were part of a smaller college, we were still part of accomplishing great things. During our time at CSU, we were here to witness both the groundbreaking and the opening of the Global Food Innovation Center, not to mention the groundbreaking of the Agricultural Sciences building that I'm a little sad that we won't be around to use. So the last cliche I have for you is something that I hope we can keep in mind as we continue to move forward. Don't let others define you. Agriculture today is not what it was 50 or even 5 years ago. It's amazing to me that in our college we have students working in areas of agriculture ranging from commodity brokerage to landscape architecture, all the way to the animal agriculture that I love. The agricultural industry is more robust and innovative than it ever has been before, but too many times we let others define who we are as agriculturalists. We have students graduating today that represent every department in the College of Agricultural Sciences. We know that each of us play a vital role in defining what agriculture is today. As part of the College of Agricultural Sciences, we've had the opportunity to see the innovation that can happen when we work together between different sectors of agriculture. Whether your passion is about improving the livestock industry, producing more nutritious food for humans or animals, or building beautiful landscapes, we all have one common goal of improving the agricultural industry. Within our College of Ag community, our goals are understood, and we may have already defined ourselves, but in the industry and the world, we have not. We now have the terrifyingly exciting task as entering the world as real adults, but also as representatives of agriculture. I hope that as we take the next steps and continue on our journey, we will not forget the pride and ownership that we have for what we studied here at CSU. We can take the sense of community and belonging that we had in our respective departments and within the college and translate that into various segments of the industry. Recently, it has been said that agriculture needs to do a better job of telling its story. All of us now have the perfect opportunity to take with us the knowledge and the memories from our college career and share our stories with our communities, our regions, and with the world. These stories will help us represent agriculture for all the amazing things it is and brings to the table, not the things that it's sometimes perceived to be. So I'll end by saying, don't let others define agriculture for you, but especially don't let others define you, because as agricultural sciences graduates, we are responsible and capable for so much more than we're often given credit for. Thank you.
Wow. That was awesome. Thank you, Diane, for those awesome remarks. That's all I can say. It's awesome. That was great. Thank you so much. You know, as I stand here in front of you, I've been reflecting on the fact that all of you have a different path and future ahead. But whether you stay in Fort Collins or travel to the far ends of the world, you have one important thing in common with each other, and it turns out in common with more than 200,000 others that have come before you. You are all alumni of Colorado State. You join poets and scientists, you join teachers and engineers, food producers, care providers, entrepreneurs, and a myriad of others who have walked across this stage ahead of you. With that said, please always remember that no matter where your personal or professional journey takes you, that the College of Agricultural Sciences, your former instructors, and the Alumni Association will be here for you every step of the way. Now, graduates, while today is important for all of you, there's a final group of people that we wish to acknowledge. At this time, I would like to ask that all of the family and friends joining us today, please stand if you're able. Folks, this group of graduates worked hard to succeed because you showed them what hard work and success look like. They had motivation because you were always there building them up. They took advantage of new and diverse opportunities because you gave them the confidence to do so. And graduates, these wonderful people standing around you right now helped you with homework, made you food that you liked, or at least made you try the food and hoped that you liked it. They hugged you into feeling better. They inspired you in your own career path and passions, and probably helped to just make you all better people. These folks here for you today are, for lack of a better word, and I'm going to use it again, awesome. And now I want you to turn it up for your friends and family that have been here for you along the way. And with my thanks, you may all be seated. As we draw to a close, I want to thank the members of the platform party, staff in the college, our Ag Council and Ag Ambassador representatives, and all of the others who helped arrange this commencement. A special thanks to Gray Michaels and Roger Thompson for providing the sign language interpretation, Elias Quinones for reading the names, the Colorado State University Air Force Pershing Rifles Wing Walker Honor Guard for presenting our colors, and the CSU Brass Ensemble and Dr. Eric Paricio for leading us in singing. Graduates, you have been part of a special event. It is your university graduation and an event you will remember always. We are proud to have played a part in your lives, but we are most excited about what you will do and who you will become in the future. In just a few minutes, you will rise and leave this ballroom as official alumni of Colorado State University and the College of Agricultural Sciences. Now we humbly ask that as you take those first steps towards whatever lies ahead for each one of you, that you reflect on and hold tightly to the principles of community that are at the core of this great university. And at this time, I'm going to say that a couple times. I'm going to make you all stand up and sit down a couple more times, and then we'll get you moving. I'd like to ask everyone to please rise and join Eric Paricio and the CSU Brass Ensemble in the singing of the Colorado State Alma Mater. The words are printed on page 1 of your programs.
Hail to thee, our alma mater, Colorado State. Memories are everlasting of this place so great. May thy green and gold unite us, loyal ever be. Colorado State, our alma mater, hail, all hail to thee.
Thank you, Mr. Paricio. Everyone, please be seated. All right, y'all, this is it. At this time, I ask that the audience please remain seated while the platform group, faculty, and graduates retire from the grand ballroom. Thank you for being with us, and in the same manner as I have concluded every class that I have taught here at CSU, I ask that you all be safe, take care of one another, and go be Rams.
Thank you.